Internet, but then it says I have internet. So we're going to see how this goes. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Sunday. I hope you all are having a fantastic Sunday. Let me send out to my peeps that we are indeed live right now in this moment. I hope you all are having a fantastic weekend. I hope that the majority of you that came through the rain this week are getting some sunshine, because I know we are after many days of rain. Spreading the word, sharing the time. So I love the month of March. It is my birth month. I think if you don't know that about me, my birthday is March 3rd. I had an awesome birthday. I love my birthday, and I love that it's 3/3, but I also love the whole month of March because it is my equinox season coming into the springtime. And although the spring is my least favorite season on planet Earth because of all of the rain and the mud and the melting of everything, it's also one of my cornerstones of leading into my favorite experiences, which is the fall and the summer, and we wouldn't have those without the spring. So I appreciate it for what it is, and I appreciate the rain, and I appreciate the lack of drought, because water is life, of course. So today I want to be talking about the new moon, this new moon here in March, what energy it's bringing in, what we've been feeling leading up to it, and I'm going to tell you what we can expect over the next couple of weeks as far as energy from the unified field. If this is your first experience coming to meditate with me this morning, welcome. My name is Amanda. I am a spiritual mentor and coach. I have the ability to perceive energy of multiple frequencies, of multiple kinds, and space and dimensional realities. And I use my ability to navigate the energy of life and help people connect with their soul source sound, the consciousness that we are. And I love facilitating meditation and teaching people how to meditate for their mind, their brain, their energy in a way that's going to be effective for them. One of the things we'll be doing today is meditating with the alignment of the earth with the moon and the sun. And I want to share with you my perceptions and my meditations that I receive from exploring and adventuring in the unified field of consciousness, which is where part of our soul experience exists to allow us to be embodied in the human form, and kind of what we can expect moving forward with the energy that's coming onto the planet right now. If you have not heard yet, we are in a new era of light, and we are experiencing new frequencies and energies and activations that we have not experienced before. And it's a very, very exciting time, but it can also be a very, very turbulent time for a lot of us if you are not navigating some of those mental, emotional, ego challenges that have been coming up to be dealt with now. What does it mean to be in this new era of light? It means that we are in a new space and time frequency as a planet, as a whole. And the planet itself is raising in vibration. And as a result, our physical bodies are also raising in vibration in correlation with the planet. We cannot avoid this. We cannot stop it. We cannot slow it down. We can either be in the flow of it or in the resistance of it. And I encourage everyone to be in the flow of it, because it is beautiful. It is powerful. It is more embodied of who we are as a race, as a person, as an individual, but also where we are connected together in the unified field as a soul energy. As the frequency rises on the planet, the frequency of the cells inside of the body also raise in vibration and frequency, and therefore our mind must also raise too, which means often a shift in perception or perspective, not only about big topics, but about the self. How do you identify yourself? And we're feeling that a lot this year here in 2024, because this is the year for embodiment. This is the year for movement and change and drive and will and achieving those big goals. And maybe some of those goals, you don't even know what they are yet, but they're there, and they're there for you to tap into and really embrace throughout this time. I am going to bring up my notes that I have been taking over these last week. My meditations have been so incredibly powerful in the unified field with my angelic self, my higher consciousness self, and what has been coming through to share about this new moon. We're in such a powerful time, and I know I'm going to, sound like I'm on repeat about that because of how true it is, and I really don't feel like I can say it enough. And some of the things that we are experiencing leading up to this alignment feels like they've been harsher than this morning. Once we moved into this day, I woke up and I already immediately feel the shift. But of course, we also hurt on the daylight savings time. And so everything sprung ahead an hour, right? So exciting. And that really threw me off a little bit this morning in trying to get ready. And every time I say, nope, I'm ready for it, it's not going to throw me off, it inevitably does. Who am I kidding? So, leading up to this full moon all week long, there have been some really strong emotional patterns. But instead of being emotional patterns in like the rage or frustration, we've been experiencing that emotional pattern of just kind of a light, blah, depressive, unmotivated feeling, and then getting these bouts of clarity and motivation. And it's been kind of extreme. We've been noticing there's more of a separation between the high highs and the low lows, and you're going to start to feel more of those moving forward through March. But leading up to this alignment, there has been a build up of this like dense pattern, thought energy that's been hanging out in the I'm kind of blah zone. I'm not really motivated, but also we're experiencing weird weather patterns, which is totally normal and is going to continue happening. We're going to continue seeing really strange weather and planetary events over the next couple of weeks. I don't think that's going to go away. I actually think it's going to persist throughout the year based on the information that I'm watching. But we're just going to have these lulls where everything's good for a little while, and then we're going to have these, bouts of very intense weather and planetary shifts happening. So be prepared for some of that because that can often feel very scary, and it can often feel like everything is wrong, but it's not. Everything is right. Everything is going the way it should be going and flowing the way that it needs to for the planet as a whole. We're also experiencing some of those emotional patterns of negative self-talk and doubt. And those can be very, very strong when we have those lulls of depressive, weird feelings where we're unmotivated and just don't want to do anything. That can lead way to some of those internal dialogue conversations getting a little more negative on the self. So be aware that that is happening and know that that is not the truth. That is just your ego kind of throwing a tantrum in the moment. And it's okay. It's okay, ego, to be angry and upset with the way things are going, and it's going to change, right? And also, the ego is a liar. So don't believe anything it says when it's telling you you're not good enough, because you are. You are good enough. You are worthy. You are capable. You are powerful. And all of the energy activations coming in today are just supporting your power of clarity, your power of perception, and the way that you move in the world. So keep all of that in mind, okay? You are a powerful person and you have the capability to flow in your life and direct it the way that you truly, truly desire it to be. So never, ever forget that. Now that we are on the day of the full moon and the alignment is really opening up, it feels like we're going to experience a little bit of a relief of that depressive kind of feeling, but it's not going to feel the way it did in February, where it was super motivated and it was super excitable and super joyous and like high energy momentum. This is the time to buckle down and look at the self, look at yourself, your patterns and your belief in the way you see yourself. We're being asked to slow down on the momentum on the external and turn inward. And that's a really common theme with the new moon. The new moon is centered around the frequency that says, don't forget the self. You have the answers that you're seeking. You can find what you're looking for if you look towards the self. So things that are coming up around these energies, you're going to start to have more clarity. You're going to start to see things about yourself that maybe you've been able to ignore up until now. You're not going to be able to ignore those anymore. They're coming out, they're asking to be looked at, and it is time to see those for what they are. And if those patterns, those ideas, the way you're showing up in your life, if that is not serving where you desire to go, it's okay to feel safe letting it go by the wayside. When I was talking to one of my clients this week, we had a great conversation around how to make friends with the energies that you're trying to say goodbye to. When we come from the stance of identifying the self with, let's say, an emotion, right? Maybe you have the emotion of a depressive person, and then you take on the identity of I am depressed. Whenever we say I am, we are associating a belief of self. We're not saying I'm experiencing. When you are experiencing something, it is different than actively embodying and being something. And so notice that difference. So I gave my client this example of how to visualize your way through something that's coming up. So let's say you have a pattern or an idea that's been very persistent that you start to notice about yourself. You can visualize this as a being, as a person, as something outside of you that you get to be friends with. You get to hold hands and you get to walk with this person. You get to have some experiences together. And then at some point, you get to separate from that friend. It is not a part of your body. It is not a part of your being. It's a part of the experience in your external world. Sometimes also your internal world. And we're going to bring it out into a different way. And at some point, it can make it easier to say, okay, I can really let go of this person. I don't need to identify this energy as safety anymore. I get to cultivate a new energy of safety. And you'll notice over time, especially for those of you that meditate regularly, when you have that visualization and you go into meditation with your new friend that you've like created outside of yourself, there will be frequencies of light where that friend cannot be there and they disappear or they move or they're somewhere else during that time. That's because their frequency is stemming from the ego and it's an emotion we're experiencing that is not rooted in that divine piece of truth. And it can be easier then to kind of separate the identity piece in the subconscious from what you're experiencing in the body. If anybody has any questions about that, please feel free to put them in the comments, and I will always go back and read comments and answer questions as I get them. And these have been my experiences, not only for myself, but what I help my clients with in overcoming patterns, overcoming self-doubt, really stepping into a practice, a spiritual practice that serves them, that feels good, that helps heal traumas and identity and wounds, and be able to cultivate and step into that experience of self and self-embodiment. So, some of the questions that I put out there in my newsletter, if you are not signed up for my newsletter, please check it out and do so. I put things in my newsletter every month about the current energies that are going on, and I will have that linked in the chat. But in my newsletter, I sent out a really great focus system of reflection questions that I want to share with you guys because it's going to serve you moving forward over the next 7 or 8 days while we are writing out this energy of the new moon and then coming into that middle space between the new moon and the full moon, also going into an eclipse. So very, very powerful stuff. Excuse me. And so one of the questions that I've been asking people to really reflect on is, what have I been ignoring that I am ready to see? Now, this can be about yourself. This can be about your partners. This can be about your friends, your family, or even your environment and your children, however those relationships and connections pan out for you. But what have you been ignoring that you are ready to see clearly? And then write that out, whatever it is. I would do one for each, like one for my partner, one for my parents, one for my children, one for my household, one for myself, and really dive in. Like the expansion for that question is really limitless when you get into it. How have I been playing small in my life? Again, applying all those different topics. What am I ready to surrender in order to soar, in order to take flight, in order to elevate? What are you ready to surrender in this new moon that's going to elevate you into soaring with this next moon? And then what are you ready to receive today with this alignment, with this new moon, with your path, with your purpose, for your highest path for your life? Always ask, what am I ready to receive that is on my highest timeline experience path? I also shared a special message in my newsletter, and I also share some mantras in my newsletter that you can reflect on. Go sign up for that if you haven't already so that you can stay on top of all of the frequencies and energies that are happening in the world in the month so that you can experience that. Ooh, hold on. Ooh, 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 ooh. All the allergy, sinus stuff happening here. And it's funny because I meditate a lot on clearing the energy on my face. And with these new weather systems, the pressure in my ears, on my head, around my eyes, and my sinuses have been very intense. And so, if you've been experiencing that too, move that energy all the way down through your body. When we're experiencing those really high pressure moments where the low pressure system comes in and we feel this compression on our body, you can expand that. You can move that. You can make it less present in your body. That is definitely something that I think is a sign of what's to come for our experience as humans, is the way our body is responding to the planet is becoming much more sensitive as we align more with it. And so be aware of those little things. I know vertigo has been a really big pattern for probably the last 5 or 6 months with numerous amounts of my clients and also myself personally. Never had vertigo before, never had issues of it before. And then all of the sudden, we're going through these bouts of dizziness and disorientation that last anywhere from a few seconds up to a few minutes, and then it straightens itself out again. And so that has been quite prevalent and common happening with many people. But I'm also noticing that with the low pressure systems, the ringing in the ears, the popping of the ears, the pressure in the sinuses, and things like that. So be aware. Be aware of how your body is moving through what we're experiencing now on the planet and the activation, the light codes that are coming into our bodies. And of course, things around digestion, which I feel like I talk about repeatedly for the last 5 or 6 months, has been also digestion and the way that our nutritional needs are changing in the body, and to be aware and to listen to the body. But I also work a lot in the body, and I work a lot in the genetic, emotional memory, and the cellular structure of the body. So that would make sense why I feel like I say it all the time. That's where I spend a lot of my time. All right, so let's get ready for meditation. If this is your first meditation experience with me, I like to speak from the first person, so I say a lot of I, but I also will switch into the third person and say, allow yourself, guide yourself into this thing. I leave a lot of room for interpretation for people's mind to unfold the visual as it is meant to be for you, because every individual's visual experience is indicative of their mind and what their mind needs to show them or how it unfolds. So I leave a lot of room for interpretation there. Nevertheless, it is a guided meditation, and we will bring you into the alignment of the new moon with the earth and the sun, and surrender something that is ready to be surrendered, see something that you're ready to see, and activate your highest experience in this body, in this timeline for you to experience. So let's all take a deep breath. And we always start with a breath, and breath is life. Allow yourself to become comfortable, coming into relaxation, allowing the tension to leave your muscles, closing your eyes, telling your face to relax, telling your shoulders to relax. And breathe in the moment. And breathe with your awareness into your divine heart center, which rests at the heart of your heart chakra. I open and activate my divine heart center. Breathe. Allow the expansion to flow across your chest and your shoulders, down your arms, And taking another deep breath, start to bring your awareness floating down through your chakra centers into the Earth Star chakra resting below your feet. I open and activate my Earth Star chakra beneath my feet. And feel as your Earth Star envelops you with the energy and the frequency of Divine Mother Gaia. I surrender in this moment any fears, any doubts, surrendering them now, moving that energy through the Earth Star, allowing the fear and the doubt to be transformed. I am safe. I am safe. I am peaceful. I am cared for. And breathe through that safety, allowing it to expand up into the roots, up through your feet. I am safe. I am safe to surrender. I am safe to surrender my fear. I release anything that's happened prior to this moment, and I surrender anything to happen after this moment. And breathe in this present moment of light that you are. Beautiful. Taking a deep breath. And surrender now any and all attachments from your root chakra to human negativities and send them back from where they came with this divine peace, this divine love, this divine safety. I am safe to surrender attachments to all other people, to all other animals, to all other places that I hold on to. I am safe to surrender, and I surrender those attachments now back from where they came. And breathe with that expansion up into the sacral, releasing all attachments from the sacral chakra. Breathing in the element, I am safe, I am love, I am joy. And breathe it out. Breathing up through the navel and the stomach into the solar plexus, your seat of will and power in the physical and the divine. Open and activating the solar plexus, surrendering any and all attachments to people and places and things, sending them back from where they came. Breathing up through that divine heart into the heart chakra, opening and activating the heart chakra, expanding in your experience of divine love, of a love without expectation. Breathe all the way up into the throat, open and activating your throat chakra, surrendering any attachments there, surrendering fear from your throat chakra. I am no longer afraid. I am that I am. I am the joy that I am. Opening and activating that throat chakra, surrendering anything that's coming up to be surrendered. And breathe. Breathing up into the third eye, into the Ajna chakra. Taking a moment to activate the Ajna chakra to desire and perceive clarity of self, clarity of others, clarity of knowing. Surrendering all illusions before you. surrendering them and sending them back from where they came, and accessing your divine sight, your divine knowledge. And breathing up into that crown chakra, I open and activate my crown chakra, my divine sense of knowing and self, activating the soul that I am within the crown chakra and the ajna chakra. Setting your sights above your head into the soul star chakra that you are, the point of higher consciousness where the higher self is anchored and resides with your ancestors and guides. Breathe up through into your soul star chakra. Be aware of the column of light as it beams down from the soul star through your entire body, going through the layers and dimensions. As we sound some ohms to open and elevate our body and our mind into the soul star that we are. With this ohm, I surrender my ego to be the observer of my mind. With this ohm, I open all of the organs and glands and systems of my physical body. With this ohm, I open all of my chakral systems. With this ohm, I welcome in the light of my ascended master consciousness. Breathe into your higher sense of consciousness, merging with your soul star chakra. Be aware of the feeling of safety and the feelings of peace, of oneness with self. As you are immersed in the frequency of the I am, ask to be shown what is it that is ready to be released from my mind and my consciousness and awareness. What is ready to come out, to be released and surrendered? Allow that answer to come to you. It could be a word or an emotion or a feeling. See it in its fullness and be aware of your very activated, large, divine heart. Accept this pattern into the divine heart, into the heart of God, of Goddess, of universe. I accept this pattern. I accept that this was a part of my experience, and I am safe to surrender. I am safe to be accepting of the past and allow myself to step into the now. Breathe that in. Feel that feeling as you accept into the divine heart. It changes. It changes what it is. It disappears. It elevates into difference. I integrate the lessons that I have learned from that pattern. I integrate the lesson that I learned from that pattern, and I surrender that pattern to my soul self to go back to the experience from where it came without me. And breathe. Beautiful. Mm. Become aware now of this new frequency, this new memory that you have of the lesson and the vibration that you have experienced, that you have learned, that has elevated your experience. Bringing that awareness, staying anchored in the divine heart, in the soul star chakra consciousness. Breathe, and now ask to be shown what pattern or quality is ready to become active within my experience. What frequency of light is ready to be remembered and awakened in my physical body? I ask to be shown this frequency now. And again, this could be a word or a color or a phrase or a feeling. Breathe it in. I openly receive this activation, this light. Call it out by name if you have a name or a sound or a color. Breathing this light into that central beam of light, flowing down through your body. Allowing that light to permeate into the organs and the glands and the systems of your physical body. Breathe with your awareness into that tube of light down through the body. I am safe to expand. I am safe to embody. Breathing it down through the crown, the ajna, the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the throat. Breathe it in all the way down into the chest, the heart, the lungs. Activating this new frequency of light that is yours and yours alone. Into the diaphragm, the solar plexus, the stomach, the digestive systems, into all of the abdomen. Breathing it down through the sacral chakra and the root chakra, pouring it down through the hip bones, the thighs, the calves, the feet. Bringing it all the way, anchoring into the earth star chakra below your feet. And as that activation is welcomed and expanded into the earth star, feel the harmony, the foundation of this light code start to awaken inside the physical body. Anchor. I anchor this frequency into the cells of my physical body. I anchor this frequency into all of my etheric bodies, all of my major and minor chakras in my entire body. With this Om, I will stabilize this frequency of light in my body, in my cells, and open my eyes to the world anew. Take a deep breath. Move your body. Open your eyes. Be present in your moment this day for the entire day. And now would be the time to write with new eyes and allow new information. What is it that you desire in your life? What are you hoping to achieve? How can this exploration of belief that you carry serve your purpose in the world, serve your mission in the world? The discomfort of change as it is experienced in the mind is not the discomfort of habits or patterns or environment. We are coming into the era of shifting the changes necessary associated with identity. How you identify yourself in the world is what is being asked, is what is being encouraged, is what is being activated to change. So, those of you that struggle with change will experience this struggle in a new way. It will be tempting to project that struggle onto the exterior, onto the environment. I don't like change, so I don't rearrange my house. I don't want to change my schedule. I don't want to change my habit. That's okay. We're asking you to change the way you think. Change the way you think about yourself, about your purpose, about your mission in the world. Change the way you think, and everything else will follow. Thank you so much for being present with me in this moment today. I appreciate you so, so very much. If you feel so called, please join my newsletter to stay involved in the know of everything that I am doing and sharing and speaking. There are many things coming up this year that I am very thrilled. We are very thrilled to be sharing with you in this time of change and elevation and excitement. I will put the link to my newsletter in the comments. If you do not follow me over on Facebook, you can find the link for my Facebook page in the comments below. Thank you so, so very much for being here. I love you so, so much. We love you so, so much. We will see you back here for the full moon and the eclipse in 2 weeks. 2 weeks' time. Thank you. Have an absolutely beautiful day.